Up, YouTube, IBP MMA, IBP boxing, IBP everything, all of the above. I'm coming at y'all with the YBP bare knuckle boxing, talking about probably the biggest card, most popular card on today. Will be bkfc bare knuckle boxing 41. Luke Rockhold going up against Mike Perry, and then obviously the co-main event. Chad Mendes versus Eddie Alvarez. Honestly, I mean, it's an electric fight. It's a good event. Not quite sure how it all came together. It's kind of just thrown out in the blue. But yeah, I kind of like BKFC because you get to see matchups that you would never even think of in sort of like a street fight scenario almost. Because in a street fight, most of the guys are probably not going to be throwing any kicks. Probably not going to be too much wrestling. It's probably just going to be throwing hands. Similar there's like a bar fight or something like that. So, and then, they put, big names on there. And you get some electrifying fights, all over. Whether it's the no-name guys or it's the guys at the top of the bill, you're always going to get a show. So it's just always fun to watch. So you get matchups that you would never have thought of before, and that's what we're getting in our main event with Luke Rockhold versus Mike Perry. If this fight were to occur in an octagon anywhere, Luke Rockhold would probably whoop Mike Perry. It wouldn't even be a close fight. Chad Mendes and Eddie Alvarez probably be a little more evenly matched, but again, not a matchup that you'd even be thinking of. But you put them in a BKFC circle. It's all of a sudden it's a really competitive match, and it's something that now all of a sudden people want to watch. It's something that it's intriguing, very experimental. So I love the idea of the sport, what they're trying to do. Because the entertainment value, all their cards, from top to bottom, that's a really thing. Something that's missing in other sports is even you look at a full, I don't know, NFL is pretty cool, but when they have those full slates on the weekends, when they have 7 games or something like that, most of the games, they're gonna be competitive or whatever. You might get some blowouts, but then I'm trying to think NBA slates. I don't know. They're not the same though. You can't there's no guarantee that every game is gonna be a banger or it's gonna be back and forth BKFC. If it's not a banger, it's not evenly matched. There's gonna be a knockout, or someone's gonna go out. There's gonna be blood. There's gonna be all this stuff. I don't see a lot of cruising to decisions. It's just people just slanging and banging. It's hardcore. So I think that's the appeal. Some people are coming from the UFC too. They're stealing some of the UFC fans. So it's an amazing product they're putting forward. That's just a little introduction though. As far as the actual fights go, I guess we can start off with the co-main event. Chad Mendes versus Eddie Alvarez. At least when I saw them, just facing off and stuff, they look like brothers. They look very similar in stature. I'm gonna give the lean to Chad Mendes just because he has the BKFC experience in this type of matchup. Just because I don't really see any physical advantages that either guy's gonna have. They're gonna be pretty evenly sized. But Chad Mendes can hit. I saw first his first fight debuting in the BKFC, he got a knockout. He has power. I know Eddie Alvarez probably does. And, obviously you have to assume that these guys have been, training bare knuckle. But I'd have to imagine, man, what is it like training? Yeah, because, you don't want to hurt yourself into coming into the lead-up of the fight, going bare knuckle with people. So it's a different dynamic. So I'm going to give it to Chad Mendes, just experience. But I'm gonna sway away from that in the main event for my pick. There, I don't know. Sorry, I don't really have too much to break down for the co-main event. I don't think it's gonna be a fun fight probably, but ultimately, what can I really go off of Eddie Alvarez? He's kind of been out for a while. It's kind of hard to. There's some parallels, I guess, in the between MMA, striking and stuff. Eddie Alvarez can hit hard too, but I just go with the guy with more experience. That's all I could really go off of. And then for my official pick though, Chad Mendes by 4th round knockout. For the main event, it's between Luke Rockhold obviously and the boy Mike Perry. Fun event. I mean, just in general, like you would never see a fight like this like inside the UFC. Just because I think Luke Rockhold would probably run through Perry, a guy like Perry, but in BKFC, I mean, I could see so many fun matchups. I just saw a picture with like all the UFC stars that are like coming out It's like Corey Sandhagen. I could definitely see Corey in a BKFC fight. Drew Dober was coming out and seeing it. Rose Namajunas, she'd be like crazy. I saw Justin Gaethje come out. Like these seem like the guys who would, who in the future, like I mean, obviously their careers are going fine now. I'm not saying like, because also this thing about BKFC, it's almost like fighters go there when their MMA careers aren't going the best, and maybe they want to try something like this out. The boxing round and all this stuff. That's kind of what BKFC has become, unfortunately. When I don't know, we just want to have fun, like what MVP did. MVP took a detour, fought Perry. Didn't. I thought Venom won that fight, to be honest, but yeah, he looked good in that performance, even though he lost. His stock didn't really rise, and then got right back to his MMA career. Bellator got the knockout. I think it could be something like that. I think if the UFC partnered with BKFC for like an event, like it would be cool. Like, and it would grow the stars of like some of their own fighters, and they can come back and start banging with the guys in their divisions too. Which is a really cool thing they got going on. Because I mean, definitely some UFC fans who are going over to BKFC and being like, it's some parallels, some similarities. You're getting full cards of straight madness, like I said before. So yeah, but going to the main event, you got Mike Perry, very like significantly shorter. I think he's at 5'10", 73 inch arm reach. And then you got a guy in Luke Rockhold who's 6'3" with a 77 inch arm reach. So already that size disparity is not good. And we saw, MVP kind of struggled. Apart from the flash knockdown that he got, which I got to credit him with, like, that was crazy. He ran in, knocked him down. But apart from that, like, he was kind of struggling at range against MVP. So I could definitely see some of those same things appearing. If Luke Rockhold can utilize, I don't know. Luke Rockhold doesn't necessarily fight tall all the time. Like, he's always up for a brawl, I could see. So, And I don't know if, like, what his motive is. Is he going out there to, like, try to, like, put on a show? Is he trying to just, like, get the win? Like, what? Just a retirement fight? Does he want to go out there and, like, genuinely put some hands on Mike Perry? I don't know exactly. But with the good strategy, I think he could definitely win. You could just see that path to victory, But Mike Perry's always going to be dangerous. As much as I could see Rockhold, putting a jab on Mike Perry and, causing some trouble for him. I could also see Mike Perry just, catching him nicely, One of the big narratives going into Rockhold's fight with Costa was that, it's kind of chinny, Costa's going to knock him out first round. That's what I thought would happen. And then, Rockhold ate some, like, really good punches, from Costa, stayed upright. With bare knuckle, man. I mean, it's like the actual knuckle. Like if you get knocked out, like I think it's far more easier to get knocked out. I mean, it's pretty easy with the 4-ounce gloves, and then you're just not giving them gloves at all. Like knockouts, you're more susceptible to get knocked out. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But you got a guy like Mike Perry. You pretty decent knockout power. You got Rockhold, a whole career of knockouts. Not like him being knocked out. Like, he's a pretty tough guy, but he's been on I guess like a streak of losses, and then also like being knocked down and stuff. So the Costa fight, him staying upright was kind of a surprise. I think he needs to be careful, like that he doesn't get caught with another big shot. Like, you can't go at reckless. I definitely see Perry could definitely punish him, Definitely send him to the canvas. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's tough. I want to go with the guy who's like more experienced, but it's like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna switch my pick. I'm gonna go. Oh man, I could definitely see Rockhold winning. Okay, no, I'm gonna bank on it. I'm gonna say so co-main event, Chad Mendes, obviously, but by round 4 knockout. These are 5-round fights. And then for the main event, I think I might lean. Because I mean he has the experience too. And Rockhold, he looked decent in that fight with Costa though. He really did look decent. He didn't look horrible. Like I thought he could still he was hanging with Costa. He looked elite. Like I don't think he's gonna be challenging for a belt. He was gonna challenge for a belt. I like how he matches up with Adesanya though. I really do. That's the problem. I mean, you gotta get there first, you know. That's the problem with a lot of these fighters. Like you look at a Curtis Blade. I think Curtis Blade matches up really well with John Jones, but if you can't beat a Sergey, then you don't deserve to get that fight, you know. But I think if you throw him up there right now, you throw Umar Nurmagomedov up there right now with Aljamain Sterling, he'll probably do pretty decent. But you have to get all the way up there. I'm trying to think of other guys. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Rockhold just couldn't string together the wins. You know, he couldn't beat Acosta. But I like his chances against Izzy, actually. I think that was probably, before Hamza and all these guys, like that would have been a really good fight. But we'll never see it. Sucks. But anyways, I think yeah, I'm gonna switch my pick. I'm gonna go with Mike Perry to get the oh man, yeah, I'm gonna say he sleeps him. Yeah. I'm gonna say by knockout in like the second round. He's not going nice. It's gonna be like quick. I just think Perry he'll defy the odds. You know, with the reach advantage and all this stuff, like as he continues to do, you know, and he'll knock the guy out. I think, you know, Rocco's taking a lot of damage in his career, and I don't know how serious he's taking Mike Perry, bro. I'm seeing all these interviews like, this is no joke, you know. I think he's gonna make quick work of Rocco and show him that like this is not a game, you know. BKFC, this is like a real sport. But yeah. Can't wait for the fights, man. It's going to be some great fights, some banger fights. You know, great way to conclude the weekend. And then hopefully, you know, next week got the UFC 288. Aljamain Sterling, Henry Cejudo, Bilal Muhammad, and Gilbert Burns. We're going to get those fights. But yeah, my official predictions for BKFC 41. I got Chad Mendes by round 4 knockout. And then I got Mike Perry by round 2 knockout. Leave a like on the video, subscribe. Yeah, that'll do it for the video, man. Most Squad, we out.